Firestone. Exit for the field, Falcons bring you 7:21. That's the win by Firestone. By Chevrolet, like baseball, hot dogs, and apple pies, Chevrolet is an American favorite. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Baseball for April 24th, 1978, as we'll have the New York Yankees take on the Baltimore Orioles. As today we'll actually go ahead and do a Yankee game for Monday Night Baseball. So if I'm going to do it this way, I'm going to let the computer kind of coach both teams, but I will be trying to make decisions on the run in case a new pitcher needs to come in or something like that, in case the computer does make some off-the-wall shenanigans I don't want made. So we'll go ahead and get into that in 1 second. Let's go over the pregame lineup for today's game, if you don't mind. I see some people coming into the broadcast. I do appreciate you. Please hit like. Please subscribe if you have not so far. Subscribing will get you part of the broadcast and part of the game. So here we go. And folks, here are the statistics heading to April 24th, 1978. Almost through April of this season. Again, I'm trying to play the Yankee games as they're broadcasted on the TV. But since this is a Monday night game and there's no TV, I'm guessing this could be a Monday night broadcast. So far, the Baltimore Orioles are 9-5. They're a half game in back of the 10-5 Red Sox. The Yankees are 7-7. They're 2.5 games in back of the Red Sox. League leaders in the division so far, Jim Rice is in third place, hitting .400. He's in back of Don Money, who's hitting .415. Art Howe leads the majors in hitting at .435. Leading the league in home runs is Bobby Bonds, who has 7 for the White Sox, followed by Andre Thornton and Willie Horton. So the Cleveland Indians have 2 guys in top of standings. George Foster has 6 for the Cincinnati Reds. Butch Hobson leads the American League in, major leagues in RBIs with 16. While, let's see, Doug Rader leads the National League in RBIs with 14, as Thornton, Horton, Heisel, Yastrzemski, and Stein all have more RBIs in the American League. Gary Carter is second with 14. Foster has 14, and Reggie Smith has 14. Today's starters will be Scott McGregor for the Baltimore Orioles and Ron Guidry for the New York Yankees. Let's get this going and get this started. Hello, Legend Sports Universe. Welcome aboard. Jack Dawson, come in. Aaron Reed, hello. Welcome aboard. Thank you for all coming in today. I appreciate everyone coming in this evening and getting started. So here are your lineups for the Yankees. Willie Randolph will lead off at second, followed by Mickey Rivers in center. Third, Munson batting third behind the plate. Reggie Jackson got off the Schneid finally hitting his first home run of the year, batting fourth. Lou Piniella batting fifth in left field. Cliff Johnson gets the DH rolled with the lefty on the mound. Chris Chambliss batting seventh. Greg Nettles batting eighth. And Bucky Dent is batting ninth. For the Orioles defensively, Renicky, Bunbury, Lopez, followed by the Sensei, Belanger, Dower, Murray. Dempsey behind the plate, and on the mound, the left-hander, Scotty McGregor. Scotty McGregor, 1-1 on the year, and with an ERA of 2.30, he has 16 hits over 16 innings of work, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Again, he's a pitch-to-contact pitcher, does not strike out a lot of batters, and he's only given up 1 home run. And let's look under the radar here on the Sports Time Machine. We'll take a look at Scott McGregor a little bit closer in his outings so far on this season. He's making his third start of the year. His first start, he went 6 2/3, giving up 4 runs, took the loss, and then he got a 9-inning complete game, giving up 10 hits and no runs. So he scattered 10 and got himself a shutout. So he's 1-1 on the season. Let's get this started from the stadium as the Yankees will play the Orioles. McGregor on the mound, Willie Randolph the bat, and here we go. First pitch of the game, and that is going to be a line drive up the middle for Willie Randolph. So Willie Randolph sends it up the middle for a base hit, and now here's Mick. Rivers hitting .317 on the season, 3 triples, 4 homers, and 12 runs batted in. McGregor looks in, doesn't have a great move. Dempsey has a good arm. Hopefully she'll be able to keep Randolph close. Let's see if they do. Here's the pitch, and there goes Randolph, and he's in the second with a stolen base. So Randolph gets his second stolen base of the
gets a stolen base. And now here is the Mick. So Mick comes up with a runner in scoring position. So Randolph on at second. Again, McGregor looks in from the stretch. Here is the pitch, and Randolph lays down a perfect bunt, picked up by McGregor, throws it to Murray, and Randolph will take third. So Billy Martin playing small ball today. Runner on third with one out. Here's Thurman Munson. He's hitting 308, 2 home runs and 5 ribbies. Dempsey in the infield is playing back to look. They will concede the run. Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor looks in. Runner on third and one out. The pitch to Munson. And that will be a struck him out. So Munson strikes out on the changeup. 2 outs with runner on third. And here's Reggie Jackson. He's hitting 226, 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in. So he's still slumping with the bat. Runner on third, 2 outs. Dempsey sets the target. McGregor looks in, and here's the pitch to Jackson. And that is a strikeout. Caught Jackson looking for the final out of the inning. So McGregor strikes out 2. And there's no score in the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Yankees nothing and the Orioles nothing coming up the bat. So here's Al Bunbury. For the Orioles will be Bunbury, Belanger, Renicky, Murray, May, DeCinces, Carlos Lopez, Rick Dempsey, and Dower. On the mound for the Yanks, Ron Guidry. It's going to be Pinella, Rivers, and Jackson patrolling the outfield. Nettles, Dent, Randolph, Chambliss, followed by Munson and Guidry. Guidry 2-1 on the season, ERA of 2.38, 14 hits over 23 innings, 19 Ks, and he's walked 10. So he's been a bit wild this year. He's given up a couple home runs. Let's take a look at Ron Guidry under the hood as we'll take a look at his last start. He lost his last start of the year. And if you remember 1978, Guidry took about 11, 12 starts into the season with wins before getting his first loss. So Guidry has been a little bit different than his real time. He won his first 2 starts of the year, going 8 and 7 innings. His last start, he went 7 2/3, giving up 5 runs, which resulted in a loss, I believe, against the Brewers. So here's Bunbury, left on left. Bunbury hitting 232, no homers, 4 runs batted in. Good speed if he gets on. Guidry looks on, gets the sign from Munson, and here's the pitch. And that will be a fly ball in the left field. That's Pinella. Let's see if he comes up with it. And he does. First catch of the game for Lou Pinella. So Pinella makes the first catch. There's 1 out. And now here's Mark Belanger. He's hitting 224, 5 RBIs. Guidry looks in, gets a sign from Munson. Probably the good slider coming. Here's the pitch to Belanger. And Belanger hits a drive to left. Pinella's there, makes the catch. And there's 2 outs. Here's Gary Renicky. Renicky hitting 211 on the season. Usually in there to smash lefties. Through 19 at-bats, he's got nothing on the board. And hitting 211. So here we go. Guidry looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Renicky, and that's a strikeout. So Renicky gets the slider, and the Orioles go 1-2-3. We played 1 here in Memorial Stadium. Yanks nothing, and the Orioles nothing. Big clue here, along with Dwayne from the YouTube network. Hello, everybody. Again, if you have not been there, go to Dwayne's channel. He's playing a great 1961 season. And, of course, Mr. Legend Sports Universe is playing Season 1 of the MLB, as the Giants will be playing the winners of that divisional series as they took out the Mets. And he has a lot of fun stuff going on there. So please go on and visit the other channels. Subscribe there, subscribe here, as well as always. So we continue on here, top of the second. Pinella, Johnson, Chambliss, right, left against McGregor. McGregor got the first couple out, leaving a runner at third in the first. Dempsey sets the target. McGregor looks in. Here's the pitch to Pinella. And that's a ground ball to third. DeCinces got it, gobbles, throws it to Murray, and out number 1. So now here's Cliff Johnson, another killer against left-handed pitching. But Cliff Johnson has seen a little more time than he should. He's hitting 111, 3 runs batted in, 27 at-bats, really struggling with the stick. Dempsey puts down the target. McGregor with the windup. Here's the pitch to Cliff Johnson. And Cliff Johnson hits a line drive right at Belanger for out number 2. So 2 outs. Here's Chris. Chris comes up hitting 278, which is about average for him. Home run, 5 RBIs. Dempsey puts down the target. McGregor looks in, left on left. McGregor, and here's the pitch. And that will be a pop-up to first. Murray's there, makes the catch. And the Yanks go 1-2-3. Let's go to the bottom of the second. New York, nothing. Baltimore, nothing. So Guidry goes back to the mound, toeing the slab here in the bottom of the second here at Memorial Stadium. As Guidry's there, as you can hear, wow, Bill Hagee out there, give that man a contract. So with Pennell out there, as Murray comes up, switch hitter batting from the right-hand side, Pennell will play Murray to pull. So Guidry looks in, gets the sign. Murray hitting 327, good start so far. Double home run, 8 ribbies. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in. Here's the pitch to Murray. And that is a fly ball to center. Mick is there. He'll come in and make the catch for the first down. So here is Lee May. May hitting 190 on the year, 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. So now Guidry looks in with Munson. Munson goes out and talks to Guidry. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry with the pitch. Here's a pitch to May. And May hits a little liner right at Bucky Dent. He's right there to corral it for the second out. And here is the Guidry killer. His name is Doug DeCinces. He's having a solid season, hitting 302, 4 doubles, 3 homers, and 8 RBIs. Check the stats, folks. He's always hit Guidry very hard. He's always been a Guidry killer of sorts. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch to DeCinces. And struck him out, got the slider away. DeCinces fans. And hey, we go to the third inning, no score. Through 2, Yankees nothing, Orioles nothing. Top of the third here at Memorial Stadium. So Nettles will come up, followed by Dent and Randolph. Mcgreggor on the mound. Mcgreggor so far through 2 innings has given up 2 innings and 1 hit and struck out 2. So now Scotty looks in, gets the sign. Dempsey looks in. Nettles has had 4 home runs on the season, hitting a robust 354. Here's the pitch to Nettles. And that is going to be a little liner caught by Dower. This field does not play well to singles or home runs on the ballpark charts. Both are 1 to 4 lefties, righties for singles and home runs. So definitely a pitcher's ballpark this year in Baltimore. Dempsey puts down the target. Mcgreggor looks in. Here's the windup to Bucky Dent. He's hitting 250 on here. That's a fly ball to left. Renicky, a very accomplished left fielder, should make the catch. And no, he does not. That will actually drop. Renicky cannot make the catch. Dent will go in the second, and that's an E7 on Renicky. A rare error for Gary, as he did not see it going in the glove. And you can see the extra cigarettes being lit up by Mr. Weaver out there. So now it is now a runner on second with 1 out. And here's Willie Randolph, singled his last time up, bringing that average up to 241. He struggled a bit. He's been on base 6 times this year with the walk, so he's at least getting on base that way. Dempsey puts down the target. Mcgreggor now working from the stretch. Dent takes the lead. Here's the pitch to Randolph, and that's a ground ball to short. Dent will have to hold. Belanger picks up and throws a strike to Murray for out number 2. Now here's Mick. Mick so far in the year, he sacked bunt his first time up. He'll have to swing here. Runner on second, 2 out. Dent will get a good average secondary lead with 2 outs. Dent puts down the sign. Mcgreggor from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Rivers. And that will be a line drive to deep right center field. That's over Bunbury's head. Dent will score easy. Dent around second. He'll go to third standing. A stand-up triple for Mickey Rivers. And the Yankees lead 1-0. So Mickey Rivers with a huge triple in the gap. He'll take third with 2 outs. And it brings up the Thurman Munson, the captain, struck out his first time up. Dempsey puts down the target. Mcgreggor from the stretch. Runner on third and 2 out. Pitch to Thurman. And that's a fly ball to center. Bunbury is there, makes the catch, and that is the third inning. Yankees do score 1 run on 1 hit. A huge error by Renegade, so it's an unearned run. We go to the bottom of the third. Yankees 1, Orioles nothing. At the end of the third inning, we'll take a look at that out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll take a look at all the scores out there in Major League Baseball. Again, thank you, folks, for coming in. We appreciate everybody. Please hit like, please subscribe. Please do all that fun stuff. Please help me out when you can. And again, I do appreciate the Dwayne Marks YouTube network. Double D is here. Haven't seen Double D in a while. Aaron Reed, you want to go to a very interesting channel? Go to Mr. Aaron Reed. Has all sorts of fun stuff going on there out of old games from the past. And of course, you got Mr. Legends Sports Universe. So got a lot of people here in the game A lot of people in the chat, great channels. Please encourage them by also subscribing there also. Bottom of third coming up, Yanks lead 1-0, 1-2-0 for the Yanks, 0-0-1 for the Birds. Carlos Lopez, the batter, hitting a robust 350. Again, he's usually there against your left-handed pitching normally. He only had 193 at-bats during the regular season. Munson puts down the target. Guidry looks in, and the windup to Lopez. That's a little liner. That's caught by Den. Again, Guidry getting some luck and love with Memorial Stadium charts. One away in the third, and here's Rick Dempsey, the former Yank. Dempsey having a solid season, hitting 357, a home run and 7 RBIs. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry looks in. Here's a windup to Dempsey, and that will be a ground ball to short. That's picked up by Dent. Picks it up and throws in the dirt. Chambliss cannot dig it out, and that's an E6 for Dent. So Dempsey is on with one away. Here is Rich Dower. He's hitting 217, no home runs, 2 RBIs. Right-handed hitter, can carry the bat quite well. Bunsen again sets the target now. Guidry has to work from the stretch. Dempsey's not going anywhere as they are holding him, which I wouldn't, to be honest. So let's see. We'll actually let the game do what it wants, but I wouldn't hold Dempsey. So Guidry looks in from the stretch, gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Dower, and that's a ground ball to short. That's to get the red off to Chambliss. That is a double play. So the error doesn't come back and haunt him. We played 3 here at the stadium. Yankees 1, Orioles nothing. So far through 3, Yanks 1, 2, and 1, while the Orioles are 0, 0, and 1 as we play the top of the 4th here at the stadium. So now let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. The Expos lead the Cardinals 1-0. It is the Rangers over the Royals 3-2. The Tigers lead the White Sox 4-2. The Mariners over the Angels 4-0. Blue Jays over the Indians 3-0. The White Sox, the Astros over the Padres 4-0. Pirates over the Cubs 4-1. And the Mets lead the Pirates by the score of 8-2. Top of the 4th, Reggie Jackson will come up, followed by Piniella and Johnson. Left, right against the lefty Scott Mcgreggor. So Dempsey puts down the sign. Mcgreggor looks in. Here's the pitch to the left-handed hitting Jackson. Ground ball to second. Dower's got it. Picks it up. Throws to Murray. And we got one out here in the 4th inning. Here's Lou Piniella. Grounded out his first time up. He steps up through 34 bats. He's hitting 382. Solid season for Sweet Lou. 3 doubles, a triple homer, and 10 ribbies. Dempsey puts down the sign. Mcgreggor looks in. The sign. And the pitch to Piniella. And Piniella hits a liner at Belanger for the 2nd out. Again, the ballpark card is definitely favoring the pitcher so far. So with 2 outs here in the 4th, here's Cliff Johnson. Johnson lined out his first time up. He is getting close to that 7-11 Slurpee. He's hitting 107. Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor looks in. Here's a pitch to Johnson. And Johnson hit by a pitch. So Big Heathcliff will take first base. Murray will play him back at a runner. So Johnson's on at first and 2 outs. And it brings up the first baseman, Chris Chambliss, hitting 273 right now. Famous for that 1976 home run he hit off Mark Littell. So Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor will work from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 out. The pitch to Chambliss. And Chambliss hits a rope up the middle for a base hit. Johnson had a hold. He'll go to second. Not much speed. Bunbury gets it back in. The Yankees got 2 on and 2 outs. So here's Nettles. Nettles so far lined out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. McGregor trying to work out of trouble. McGregor has that great changeup of his that favors left-handed, that favors right-handed pitching. So he does get hit a little bit harder against lefties, but because of the ballpark, he actually doesn't pitch too badly. So 2 on, 2 out for the lefty McGregor. Dempsey sets the target. McGregor working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Nettles. And that'll be a ground ball to short. Let's see if Belanger can come up with it. He got it and throws him out. He goes the short way to Dower. So Yankees strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Yankees holding on to a 1-0 lead. So Ron Guidry goes out to his 4th inning of work on the mound at Orioles at Memorial Stadium here in front of probably a solid crowd here. Let's see if we have an attendance figure. About 27,000 or so here at the stadium on an April 24th, 1978. Guidry for the first 3 innings has not given up a hit. Struck out 2, had a base runner with the error. So Bunbury will lead off against Belanger and then Renicky. Munson puts down the sign and Guidry looks in. Here is the windup to Bunbury. And that will be a ground ball to first. Chambliss will take it himself. And that is the first out in the 4th. So now Belanger steps up. Belanger flied out his first time up. Last in the 4th here at Memorial Stadium. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in. Here's the windup to Mark Belanger. And that's a fly ball to the left. Pannell is there. Gets it. And there's 2 outs. 2 outs in the 4th. And here's Renicky. Again, a big hitter against left-handed pitching. He struck out his first time up. So Guidry now needs to make a good pitch. He's behind on Renicky. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in, takes the breath. Here's the pitch to Gary Renicky. And that's a fly ball deep left field. Back goes Pannell at the track. Makes the catch. Oh, we almost ran out of room, but that does it for the Orioles in the 4th. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 5th. Yanks 1, Orioles nothing. So top of the 5th, Yankees will send up Dent, Randolph, Rivers. Dent reached an error his first time up. It came around the score on the Rivers triple. As we play the 5th, the Yanks up 1-0. So Mcgreggor working the 5th inning here. Dempsey sets the target. Mcgreggor looks in. Here is the pitch to Dent. And that is going to be a fly ball to left, just like last time. Renicky, does he make the catch? No, he drops in front of him. Renicky's having a problem with the lights. This time it just plainly dropped. So that's a base hit. So Dent has the Yankees' 4th hit of the ball game. Murray again will play on the bag by him, opening up that hole between 1st and 2nd. Randolph the batter. Let's see if the Yankees play a little small ball. Billy Martin there throwing some signs out to his third base coach, Ferraro. So Randolph steps in 1 for 2. Single back in the 1st and grounded out back in the 3rd. Dempsey puts down the sign. Mcgreggor working from the stretch. Dempsey now the Sensei and Murray playing in on the grass. Mcgreggor from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And yes, it's going to be a hit and run. He struck him out. No, let's see what it was. It was a ground ball to first, so the hit and run chart. Randolph gets Dent to 2nd. So the Yankees do play movement baseball with Randolph as Dent goes to 2nd on the hit and run. So bottom of the 2nd and 1 out. Here's Mick. Mick tripled his run his last time up, a run batted in. That was his 13th run batted in of the year and his 4th triple. Dempsey sets the target. Mcgreggor looks in from the stretch. Runner on 2nd and 1 out. Pitch to Rivers. And that is going to be a line drive up Belanger. Dent scoots back not to get doubled off. And that's 2 outs here in the 5th. So now here's Mr. Clutch, Thurman Munson. Munson so far on the game 0 for 2. Struck out back in the 1st and flied out back in the 3rd. Dempsey puts down the sign. Puts it down for Mcgreggor. Mcgreggor looks in. Gets it. Here's the pitch to Munson. And that is a line drive base hit for Munson. Dent had to hold up for a second so he didn't hit by the ball. Dent around 3rd. Bunbury gets it back in. They put the stop sign on Dent. And it's 1st and 3rd Yanks here in the 5th. So now here's Reggie. Reggie struggled, though. He struck out and ground out. Averaged down to 218. He's only had 3 extra base hits on the season, which includes no doubles. So Jackson steps up against Mcgreggor. Dempsey puts down the sign, left on left. Mcgreggor looks in, looks Dent back, makes sure he doesn't get a walking lead. Munson is being held on at 1st. Mcgreggor looks in, 1st and 3rd, 2 out, the pitch to Jackson. And that is struck Jackson out looking, and Jackson is barking at the home plate umpire. Yankees strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 5th here. Monday Night Baseball. Yankees 1, Orioles nothing. And now it's home plate umpire Bill Kunkel. He called them out there as he made the home plate. He played the big voicer strike 3 call. Bottom of the 5th, Yankees lead by 1. Bottom of the 5th inning. What a ball game here at the stadium so far. I got a lot of people still watching. I do appreciate everyone being here and giving the views, giving me all the times. That's awesome. Bottom of the 5th, 1-0 Yanks. Murray followed by May and the Sensei. So it'll be a switch right. Tough batter here in Murray. He's hitting 321. Solid season. Only a double and a home run on the season. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in. Here's the pitch to Murray. And that will be a line drive. Caught by Dent almost off the glove. He almost didn't get that one. Dent with a perfect play. 1 out in the 5th. And now here's a dangerous lead May. Oh, he really kind of destroyed left-handed pitching this season in '78. Lots of home runs on the card, but luckily they were built around ballpark effects. And because Baltimore is not a favorable park for home runs, a lot of them will go to die. So Murray steps up, 1 out in the 5th. Guidry looks into May. May steps up, gets the sign from Munson, and here's the pitch. And that will be another liner, but this time Ben has an easier play. 2 outs in the 5th, and here is Captain Dangerous, Doug DeCinces. DeCinces on the year, hitting .296, 4 doubles, 3 home runs. And yes, he's always been a Yankee killer. This season he's only about a 1L balance, so he hit lefties a little bit more than usual. But again, he's always smashed Guidry around. So Guidry has to work close to him. A little less dangerous hitter, and Carlos Lopez on deck. Like David Cohn says, there's never a bad time for an intentional walk. There doesn't always have to be a base immediately open. So Munson puts down the sign. Guidry looks in, gets it. Here's the pitch to DeCinces. And that is a strikeout now. So we got DeCinces again. Caught him looking. So the Orioles go 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. We head to the 6th here at Memorial Stadium. Yankees 1, Orioles nothing. We'll take a look at that out-of-town scoreboard as we head into the 7th inning, as we always do. So if we head to the 6th, still 1-0 Yanks. 1-5-1 for the Yanks. 0-0-1 for the Birds. Piniella, Johnson, Chambliss for the Yanks here in the 6th. So Piniella 0 for 2, grounded out and lined out. Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor looks in. Here's the pitch to Piniella. And that will be a liner base hit. This time it gets through. So Piniella gets the 20% chance. And that time it goes through. So the first ballpark base hit of the ball game goes to Lou Piniella. So he gets the 6th Yankee hit of the game. Here's Cliff Johnson. He lined out and got hit by a pitch. So now Weaver may have to get that Oriole bullpen up. We'll take a look at the Oriole bullpen and its usage so far on the season. Tim Stoddard on the season has pitched 3 innings. Don Stanhouse has been in 7 innings so far. That's a lot. That's over 108% on usage. Tippy Martinez has been in 6 innings, so not bad for Tipster. Joe Kerrigan's usually a long man, so he's been in about 4 innings so far. Nelson Briles has made 2 starts. That probably doesn't matter. So the Orioles, unfortunately, like these 1978 season, not a deep bullpen at all. Tim Stoddard kind of is your long man in this Oriole bullpen. So in the 6th inning, 1-0 New York. McGregor looks on to Johnson. Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Cliff. And that's a pop-up. He got the big Cliff Johnson out. Belanger there makes the catch. And Piniella holds. So now here's Chambliss. He's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. Chambliss hits lefties, righties about evenly. No biggie there. Nettles on deck is about much better power hitter against right-handed pitching. Dempsey puts down the sign for him. McGregor will work from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. And that is a line drive to Belanger. Oh, what a play by him. Piniella scoots back. And there's 2 outs. Good play there by Mark. 2 outs in the 6th, and here's Nettles. He's 0 for 2, but Nettles has had a very fine season of power. 4 home runs so far, and he's got it. He does have it against lefties. So Nettles steps up, bangs the bat against his foot. Left-handed batter wearing number 9. The Yankees wearing the gray unis today with the Orioles wearing, I would say, their white ones, unless they're wearing their cordial orange ones every now and then. Dempsey sets the target. McGregor looks in from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Nettles. As Piniella trying to get a jump on McGregor. Piniella doesn't run a lot. Looks like Piniella is trying to get that secondary lead. So McGregor steps off the plate and throws over to keep Piniella close. So McGregor again working off the stretch. Gets the sign from Dempsey. Here's the pitch to Nettles. And that is a liner in the gap down the line. Piniella takes second. He'll go to third because he did get a good jump. He'll head to third and stay there while Nettles stays at first with a long single. First and third, 2 outs for the Yanks. That's their 7th hit of the ball game here in the 6th. So now here's Bucky Dent. He reached on an error back in the 3rd and scored the Yankee lone run. And then he singled back in the 5th. So Dent's up with 2 on and 2 out. Big opportunity for Buck. Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor looks in from the stretch. First and third, 2 outs, and the pitch to Dent. And that will be a fly ball to center field. That could be trouble for Bunbury. He may have gotten a bad jump. He does. Drops in front of Bunbury. Pinella will score. Nettles will go to third. Had a good jump. Yankees lead 2-0. RBI base hit for Bucky Dent. So Dent has scored and then driven in the only Yankee run so far. Yankees with an extra run here in the 6th inning. Again, Bunbury got a bad jump. This was not a good year defensively for Al. 2-0 Yanks. So again, here to grind off, he steps in. Dempsey sets the target. McGregor looks in. First and third, 2 out, pitch to Randolph. And that will be a ground ball to short. That's usually an easier play for Belanger. Gets up and throws a strike. And that is it. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-0 Yanks. So Ron Guidry going out and work his 6th inning of work here. So far through 5 innings, has struck out 3. So Guidry has looked impressive through the first 5 innings. Very impressive. Thomas Bartlett is here. Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard, Thomas. Welcome to Monday Night Baseball 1978 STRAT. We're playing the Yanks here since they were the best game on the schedule for that Monday night, and they were on regular broadcast TV, which I normally try to broadcast their games anyway. So 2-0 Yanks here, bottom of the 6th inning. It's Lopez, Dempsey, Dower, right against Guidry here in the 6th. So Lopez steps up 0 for 1. Munson puts down the target. Guidry looks in. Here's the pitch to Carlos Lopez. Struck him out. 1 out here in the 6th. Lopez strikes out on the slider. 4th strikeout for Guidry. So now here's Rick Dempsey. Dempsey steps up. Dempsey's 0 for 1. Reached on a shortstop error his last time up, and I believe that is the only base runner. Munson sets the target. Guidry looks in. Gets it. Here's the pitch to Dempsey. And that is a ground ball back to Guidry. He gets it. Does he play it? Yes, he does. And throws him out. Guidry, the cat off the mound, makes the play. 2 outs in the 6th, and here's Rich Dower. With 2 outs in the 6th, Dower is the batter. He's a tough candidate. Guidry has pitched to the minimum so far through here in the 6th inning. With Dower grounding into the double play to end the 3rd inning, Guidry kept to the minimum. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry looks in, takes the breath. Here's the pitch to Dower. And that is a ground ball to Chambliss. Let's see if he fields it. He does. Gets to the bag, makes the play. Hey, get your fans on the phone. We got something special going on here in Memorial Stadium. It's 2-0 Yanks. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. So far, the Expos and the Cardinals are tied at 3. It is the Rangers leading the Orioles 3-2. Tigers leading the White Sox 4-3. It's the Mariners leading the Angels 4-3. The Mariners lead the Indians 3-1. It is the Astros leading the Padres 4-3. It is the Phillies leading the Cubs 4-3. And the Mets leading the Pirates 8-4. And now let's take you to the Heidi broadcast for the program. Well, if this happens to have any extra special meaning, we'll get back to this Monday Night Baseball broadcast when something important happens, or we'll get to the special ABC News Brief. No, only kidding, folks. Let's go here at the top of the 7th inning. Yankees lead 2-0. Yanks 2-8-1. The Orioles 0-1. Rivers, the bat in the 7th, has reached on a sacrifice bunt, tripled the run, and lined out. Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor looks in. Here is the sign to Rivers. And that is a base hit to left field. Rivers just got a piece of it and knocked it through the left-hand side. So that is the 9th hit for the Yanks. Another hit for Rivers, a 2-hit game. Here's Munson. Rivers always a threat to steal. So Munson so far is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor working from the stretch. Runner on first and nobody out. Rivers was trying to go, but McGregor stepped off and threw. So McGregor again working from the stretch. He has to keep an eye on Rivers, make sure he doesn't get a huge jump. Here's the pitch to Munson. And the swing, base. McGregor gets it off him, hit to the right-hand side. Rivers a good jump. Will go 1st to 3rd. The Yankees have 1st and 3rd, no outs here in the 7th. So now Munson on at 1st and Rivers on at 3rd. The Orioles will bring the infield in. The Sensei and Belanger in on the left. Dower, Murray in on the right. Here is Mr. Jackson. He is 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. Let's see if Jackson gets to get the ball in the air here and get a sacrifice fly. Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor working from the stretch. Here is the pitch to Jackson. And Jackson hits a drive to right field and deep. Lopez is back at the track, makes the catch. Rivers will scamper home, and the Yankees lead 3-0. So Reggie does get a piece of one, just misses one, as a jet stream just did not carry it. And the Yankees lead 3-0. RBI Jackson, and the Yankees lead by 3. So now here is Piniella. Piniella steps up, runner on first and 1 out. You can see Ron Guidry sitting there on the bench, kind of by himself. Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. Pitch to Piniella. And that is a line drive to deep left field. That will go to the wall. Munson will go to third. Will they try to score him? Oh, what was that? Wait a minute. Oh, was that caught? It was caught. Oh, I missed that one. Sorry about that. Against McGregor's right-hand side. That was a double or fly out on a 5-4, I believe. And yes, oh yeah, home run or fly out, my fault. So Renicky tracked it out the track, made a leaping catch, and brought it back in. So he robbed an extra base hit away from Piniella there. And now here's Cliff Johnson. So Johnson comes up again, been up 3 times, been on base once with a hit by pitch. McGregor still in there, top of the 7th, 2 outs. Dempsey puts down the sign. McGregor from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Cliff Johnson. And that's a walk. So Johnson gets the walk, and that might be all. Weaver's on the top steps, calls timeout. Chambliss, the batter. And we could see Tim Stoddard or Tippy Martinez here. Let's see who Earl decides to go with. And he goes to Tippy Martinez. So Tippy comes in. We'll pitch to the left-hander. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. So far for Tippy Martinez on the season, has gone 6 innings, given up 6 hits, 7 walks. He struck out 12. So Tippy is definitely pitched well this season. ERA of 1.50. So Tippy comes in here. They'll probably stop the proceedings here and give the Orioles a chance. Yankees with 10 hits in the ball game. They got 2 on and 2 out. A lot of traffic so far in this ball game for the Yanks. Yankees, I believe, have left 8 on base. So here we go. So Chambliss, first and second, 2 outs. Martinez trying to get this out of a jam. Dempsey puts the sign down. Martinez working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. And Chambliss hits a line drive up the middle for a base hit. Munson will score. Johnson will head to third. Yankees lead by 4-0. So Chambliss gets the job done against a lefty. And the Yanks have their 11th hit of the ball game. So here's Nettles. He's 1 for 3, single back in the 6th. Dempsey puts down the target. Martinez looks in. First and third, 2 out pitch to Nettles. And that's a ground ball to short. Let's see if Belanger makes this play. That is it. Makes the play. He'll take it to the second baseman, Dower, and the Yankees are done in the 7th. Let's head to the stretch here in Baltimore. Yankees 4, Orioles nothing. So far, the Yanks, 4-11-1. So now it'll be Bunbury, Belanger, and Renicky. The bat for the Birds here in the 7th. Baseball at its finest here at Memorial Stadium. We welcome you those. Who have been watching other regional coverage here at Monday Night Baseball. Well, we welcome. I guess they would be showing the Pirates and the Mets. Maybe they're at Three River Stadium for the Pirates and Cubs. We welcome you those who have been watching the Pirates and Cubs here so far today. So Bunbury the bat, 0 for 2. Munson puts down the sign. Ron Guidry on the mound. Bunbury has so far fly down and ground out and the pitch. And that's a strikeout for Guidry to start the 7th. So Ron Guidry, his 5th strikeout of the season, strikeout of the game. And there's 1 out here in the 7th. Belanger, the batter, he's flown out twice. Munson puts down the sign. Ron Guidry working from the windup. And the pitch to Belanger. And Belanger, he hit him with a pitch. So Belanger is on. I believe that was the second base runner so far for the Orioles. So Belanger will reach. Now here's Renicky. This is the meat of the Oriole lineup. So Guidry now has to take a breath here and be a little extra careful. Munson goes out and talks to Guidry, pats him on the back, gets up back behind the plate, puts on the tools of ignorance. Munson flashes the sign. Guidry so far has struck. Renicky so far has struck out and flied out. He's 0 for 2. Guidry looks in working from the stretch. Belanger probably could. He was being held on by Chambliss at first. Here's the pitch to Renicky. That's a liner caught by Dead. He had to stop that one. Oh, it almost went through for a base hit. Put that one in the archives as Belanger gets back to first. 2 outs in the 7th brings up Mr. Eddie Murray. Murray has flied out and lined out. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. So now the Yankees they'll play Murray to pull to the left, and Pennell will play deeper in left field. Again, this is the meat part of the order here for the Orioles, as the Orioles stop up with 2 outs in the 7th. Wow. Oh, well, Singleton was a 5R. That's why heavy on the right-handed side. That's why Singleton probably not in the lineup. Last of the 7th, 4-0 Yanks. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry looks in working from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 out. The pitch to Murray. And that is going to be a ground ball back to Guidry. Guidry's got it. Makes it. And, he threw it over the head of Chambliss. What the heck? And Guidry threw a little changeup, and Chambliss had to go get it down the left field line. So Murray will go in the second with the error. Let's hope they don't call that a hit in the error, and they don't. That is a 2-base error on Murray for Guidry. And now the Orioles, 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. You're giving Lee May a chance to beat you, which is not a good thing right now. And you got a dangerous DeCinces up after that. 2 outs in the 7th, 4-0 Yanks. As May comes up the bat. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry working from the stretch. Looking in. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Guidry sees. Munson puts it down. He's shaking him off. I think he's looking for that slider. Here's the pitch to May. And that's a strikeout for Guidry to end the 7th. No runs. A hit batsman. And a 2-base error. We go to the 8th. Yankees 4. Orioles nothing. Whew. We go to the 8th. 4-0 Yanks. 4-11-0 for the Yanks. 0-2 for the Orioles. We head to the 8th. All righty, folks. We go to the 8th. 4-0. 4-11-2 for Yanks. 0-1. It'll be Dent, followed by Randolph and Rivers. Timmy Stoddard, the former North Carolina State Wolfpack, is on the mound. 1-0, high 9.0 ERA. Only been in 3 innings of 3 hits. Struck out 3. We go to the 8th. So Dempsey puts down the sign. Stoddard with the windup, the big right-hander to Dent. And that's a fly ball to center field. That's going to be tough for Bunbury again. That's going to go over his head. Bunbury having a hard time playing this one. That'll go over his head up to the wall. Dent will have his 2nd base of the ball game. It's a stand-up double. So Dent with a double to lead off the 8th. Willie Randolph, the batter, 1 for 4. Led the game off with a single, but he's grounded out all 3 times. So now Dempsey puts down the sign. Stoddard working from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Randolph. And Randolph walks and takes ball 4. So the Yanks 1st and 2nd with nobody out here in the 8th inning. Mickey Rivers, the batter, 2 for 3. Tripled and run the 3rd, single in the 7th. Dempsey puts down the sign. Stoddard working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Rivers. And Rivers a base hit up the middle. Dent will score from 2nd. Randolph will go to 3rd. Yankees lead 5-0. So the Yanks putting on an extra run here. They now have 13 hits to go with their 5 runs. Munson, the batters, 2 for 4. The run scored. Dempsey puts down the sign. Stoddard working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And Weaver will take Stoddard out of that game. So Weaver did not wait. And he'll bring in Joe Kerrigan. And he'll be the new pitcher for the Orioles here. Sounds like Weaver's thrown in the bucket here. I'm sure they want to get something before the game is out, but they'll bring in Kerrigan probably to finish up. Dempsey puts down the sign here. Kerrigan working now from the stretch. First and third, nobody out. Pitch to Thurman. And Munster, the lighter, Appalanger for out number one. One out here in the eighth, and here's Jackson. Hit a long fly ball, sac fly back in the seventh. He needs one of those again. First and third, one out. Jackson, the batter, against a right-hander. Jackson, much more power against a right-hander. Dempsey puts down the sign. Kerrigan working from the stretch. First and third, one out. Yankees not running with Rivers up 5. Here's the pitch to Jackson. And that's a ground ball to second. That will score the run. He'll go to first, and that will do it. So Jackson gets another run batted in, scoring a run from third. The Orioles did not have the infield in. Yankees now lead at 6-0 here in the eighth. Here's Lou. So Lou Piniella comes up. He's singled back in the sixth. He's 1 for 4. Runner on second and 2 outs. Dempsey puts down the sign. Kerrigan looks in. Runner on second, 2 out. Pitch to Piniella. And Piniella liner. No, that will get caught by Renicky. Makes the catch, and that will end it. Let's head to the bottom of the eighth inning. It is 6-0 Yankees. And now again, we say hello again to those who've been watching the game between Chicago Cubs and the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies, who have now come into our broadcast tonight here in the eighth inning. Again, it's going to be DeCinces, Lopez, and Dempsey, the bat for the Birds here in the eighth. So far, the Orioles, you see the line score. No runs on, no hits. We play the eighth. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry looks in, gets it. He looks in. Here's the pitch to DeCinces. Ground ball to short. Dent, does he make this one? He does, and throws him out. 1 away in the eighth. So now here's Carlos Lopez, 0 for 2. He's lined out and struck out. Dempsey, the batter, on deck. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry looks in. 1 out in the eighth. Here's the pitch to Lopez. 5-6, struck him out. Gets that slider over the plate. That's 7 strikeouts for Guidry entering the eighth inning. So now Rick Dempsey, the batter, 0 for 2, reached on an error back in the third and grounded out back in the sixth. 2 outs in the eighth. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry looks in. Here it is. Here is the pitch to Dempsey. Strike him out. We go to the ninth. Yankees 6 and the Orioles nothing. So again, the out-of-town scoreboard before we forget. The Cardinals 5, Expos 4, Royals 9, Rangers 4, Tigers 6, and the White Sox 3. The Angels lead the Mariners 5-4, the Blue Jays over the Indians 3-1, Padres over the Expos 11-4, Phillies over the Cubs 4-3, and the Mets now lead the Pirates 9-8. And we do welcome you those who are with the Cubs and Philly broadcasts, as we'll keep you here for the remainder of the game. Top of the ninth here at the stadium, the line score. The Yankees 6-13-2. The Orioles 0-1. We head to the ninth inning. Oh boy, we head to the ninth. Let's go for a quick inning for Guidry. So here's Cliff Johnson, 0 for 2 with the walk. Dempsey puts down the sign. Joe Kerrigan in. Here's the pitch to Cliff Johnson. And he walked him. So Johnson takes first base. He actually gets the walk against a righty. And here's Chambliss. Chambliss, 2 for 4 in the ballgame. Singled the fourth and singled the seventh. Dempsey puts down the sign. Kerrigan working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. And that's a base hit for Chambliss. That's his third hit of the ballgame to match Bucky Dent. Johnson will head to third. The Yankees have first and third with nobody out here in the ninth. 14th hit of the ballgame for the Yanks. So now here's Nettles. Nettles so far in the ballgame, 1 for 4. Orioles again playing the infield back, not really caring at this point about keeping runs off the board. Dempsey puts down the sign. Kerrigan again working from the stretch. First and third, nobody out. Pitch to Nettles. And that is a liner caught by Dower. So Dower makes the play. 1 out here, first and third. And now Mr. Bucky Dent, 3 for 4 in the ballgame. He's reached on an error in the third, singled the fifth, singled run the sixth, and doubled in the eighth. Dent's had a solid ball game so far. Through 52 at-bats, average is now up to 288. The Orioles will play the corners in. So the Sensei Murray's anything hit at them, they'll hold. Belanger and Dower working the double play ball. Dempsey puts down the sign. Kerrigan working from the stretch. First and third, one out, pitch to Buck. 5-ball, shallow center. That should be a run for Cliff. Let's see, does he try to score? Yes, he does. So the Yankees lead 7-0. Johnson just gets home. Dempsey kind of gets out of the way of big Heathcliff Johnson. Yankees now up 7-0 as Chambliss takes second base. So now here's Willie Randolph. He's 1 for 4. He singled in the first, walked in the eighth. And now with 2 outs in the eighth, Dempsey puts down the sign. Kerrigan will work from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 out, pitch to Randolph. And that's a ground ball to second for Dower. He should get it. No, it goes through for a base hit. So Dower could not get it. Chambliss will hit the third, holds there. Randolph has his second base of the ball game, been on 3 times. And here is Mickey Rivers. He is 3 for 4 in the ball game, including an RBI triple in the third, RBI single back in the eighth. 14 RBIs for Mick so far. First and third, 2 outs. Dempsey puts down the sign. Kerrigan from the stretch. First and third, 2 out. Pitch to Mick. And the Orioles will go to their closer. So they're going to try to bring him out and stop this. It's going to be Don Stanhouse. So Weaver has basically got his entire staff out there tonight. He's used his entire bullpen. Stanhouse, the closer, 3 saves, no ERA, 3 hit through 7 innings. 5 walks is typical of Don, 4 strikeouts. So now Stanhouse comes in, the right-hander. Dempsey, the stretch. Stanhouse working. Here is the pitch to Rivers. No, Randolph was trying to get an extra base. The Yankees trying to steal some bases up 7-0. Stanhouse steps off. He may throw a pitch right at Randolph's head for trying that one. First and third, 2 out, pitch to Rivers. And that will be a strikeout for Rivers. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. It will keep everyone here. No commercials. Yankees 7, Orioles nothing. Again, the final scoreboard check. Not much going on. Cardinals again 5-4. Royals 9-4. It is the Tigers 6-3. It is the Angels 5-4. Orioles 3-1. Padres 11-4. Again, for those who are in Philadelphia watching the Cubs and Philly game, Phillies still lead 4-3, and the Mets holding on 9-8. So now we come back to this one, bottom of the 9th. Guidry, 3 outs from immortality, or forever, as they say. Bottom of the 9th, Guidry to pitch to the bottom of the order. Dower, then back to the top of the order for Bunbury and Belanger. We'll see how Weaver handles any pinch-hitting duos here. So Dower the bat. Guidry looks on. He has struck out 8, walked none. He's allowed base runners because of hit batsmen and errors. 2-1 of his own. The worst he's had today has been a second and third situation, but he worked out of it. Munson puts down the target. Guidry looks in. The Dower and the pitch and a will-brained New Yorker out here, Ken Singleton. Singleton's absolutely having a monster season, but he'll bat from his weaker right-hand side, hitting .469, 4 doubles, 2 homers, 10 runs batted, and this is an as-played season. So Singleton did not start tonight, but will get a shot. 8 walks and 4 strikeouts. So now here is Ken. Comes up to the bat. Switch hitting, batting from the right-hand side. He is a New Yorker. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry looks in, gets it. Here's the slider to Singleton. Liner caught by Dent. 1 out in the 9th. Oh, yes. 1 out in the 9th. 7-0 Yanks. So Bunbury the batter with 1 out. Holding on to your breaths here. Bunbury so far 0 for 3. Flied out, ground out, and struck out. But again, he is a hitter who favors right-handed pitching. Do the Orioles have anything on the pitch that would be better than him right now? My guess would be no, as the best hitter you would probably look at might be Kiko Garcia. Everyone else are hitters that favor right-handers. So Bunbury steps up. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry goods in. Here's the pitch to Bunbury. Oh, he walked it. All right, ball 4. Guidry kind of took a low knee there. Thought he had him on strikes. So Bunbury on at first with one out. Here is Belanger. Boy, you can use a double play right now. He's 0 for 2, hit by a pitch back in the 7th inning. So Belanger steps up, hitting .216, about an average he hit that season. Then you get to the meat of this Oriole lineup, so you don't want to have to go beyond this. Guidry does not want to have to pitch to Renicky. Munson, the target, puts it down. He points right at Guidry. He goes out and talks to him. He calls a timeout. There were no mound visits back then. So Munson takes the time and goes out to Guidry, pats him on the back, hands him the ball and says, let's go. So Guidry gets it, readies himself. Munson puts down the sign. You know what's coming. Fastball slider. We'll see what they give Belanger here. Runner on first, one out. Munson puts down the target. Guidry working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Belanger. And that's a strikeout for Guidry. His 9th strikeout of the game. 2 outs in the 9th. So Renicky, the batter, the guy you kind of don't want to pitch to in this situation. Hitting 182, 0 for 3 in the game. Struck out in the 1st, flied out in the 4th, line out in the 7th. 2 outs in the 9th. Guidry 1 out from forever. 1 out from immortality. 1 out away. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry looking, working from the stretch. Gets the sign from Munson, who points at him. Guidry looks in the Renicky and the pitch. And throw him on a third. Nails goes. Ball game over. Ron Guidry has gone to immortality. He has gone into forever in Yankee lore and has pitched a no-hitter. How about that, folks? Thank you for being here as Ron Guidry has pitched a no-no. The finals, the Yanks, 7 runs, 15 hits, and 2 errors. The Orioles 0-1. Ron Guidry pitches a no-hitter, goes 9 innings. Thurman Munson is mobbing him. The rest of the Yanks are all over the field. He gave up 1 walk, which he just did, and 9 strikeouts. He hit 1 batter. The Yankees committed 2 errors. They made sure Guidry worked on this one. He gets the win. He'll go to 3-1 on the season. McGregor took the loss, 6 2/3, 10 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Yankees win this by a score of 7-0. They'll go to 8-7 on the season. The Orioles finish at 9-6. Holy cow, folks. Thank you so much. No-hitter for Ron Guidry. And you don't see that. Last time I did that, I had a card and dice one and actually broadcasted them. Bill Hands and Tom Seaver did them when I did a 1972 cards and dice replay. And on the actual guess day they pitched them on same day no-hitters when they were scheduled on that day. And I thought that was kind of crazy and unbelievable. But Ron Guidry pitches the no-no, gets immortality. He is now part of Yankees forever as the Yankees win this by the score of 7-0. He pitches the no-hitter. And folks, thank you for coming in. I hope a lot of people were able to watch this. Thank you for those across America who turned in, who were forced to turn in. Final score, New York Yankees 7, the Baltimore Orioles nothing, as Ron Guidry becomes a part of forever and pitches the no-hitter. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it. I'm going to end it right here. Save this broadcast. Save the box score. Thank you, folks. We'll see you again for more Yankee baseball on the channel. And, of course, on the next Monday night game on the channel. So thank you. Have a good night. Guidry pitches the no-no.